Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how you can easily bring product data from your warehouse into Pipedrive. Starting off here in Pipedrive, I'm in the contact profile section, and you can see we have both organizations and people contact profiles. I'm going to show you how you can pull data into either of these contact profiles depending on your use case. In this case, I've created a custom field called active users, and as you can see, this column is completely empty. This is where Census will come in to populate these fields with data from your warehouse. To do that, we're going to create a sink over in Census, which I can show you here. Some quick prereqs to make sure that this sink will run smoothly. We're going to add a few connections. Starting off, we're going to connect a data warehouse. In this case, we're going to demo Redshift, one of our more popular data warehouses. And then we're going to add a service connection to Pipedrive using their API token. Once both of those are set up, we are ready to create a model. This is where we're essentially telling what data we want to pull from our warehouse into Pipedrive. In this case, we've created a simple SQL query here. This is where you can create a query as complex or simple as you need, or simply rely on your data team. Once that's ready, let's preview it to make sure that it's running smoothly. And now we have all our prereqs ready for the sink. So now we can add sink. We're going to add a connection to Redshift and again use that simple SQL query as our model. We're going to sync that data to the organization contact profiles in Pipedrive. Here is particularly interesting. We can essentially choose how the changes to the source are synced. In this case, we will choose update or create because we want Census to update existing destination records when mapping key matches, otherwise create new ones if that data is missing. Here we can choose how the source and destination records are matched. In this case, we're going to map IDs. And finally, we're going to choose what field should be mapped. In this case, we were interested in populating that active users column in Pipedrive with the active user count in our warehouse. We can also add any other matching fields. And now we're ready to run the sink. While that sink is running, I'll point out a few interesting things. We'll pop over to configuration and to the schedule. Here we have a number of different schedules that you can choose from all the way to continuous. Continuous would be really interesting to note here because Census can actually scan your table every few minutes. And when we detect a change in a value or number of rows, we will automatically trigger a sync. And to ensure that we only sync changes to your data rather than a full data set each time, we do incremental batching. So if, for example, you have 10 million records in your database and only one of them has a new value, we will only sync that specific record, which results in really, really fast sync times. In this case, I'm going to choose an hourly schedule, update that. You can also notice the sync history, where we can see how many records updated in our destination and how many were rejected, and if so, why. And when I pop back to the overview, looks like the sync is still finishing up, but almost ready to go. And here we go, it's ready to go. So now what we'll do is we'll pop over to Pipedrive to see that those fields are now populated. So you can see a few fields here populated. I'm going to pull up all the ones that just updated. And boom, you can see data from our warehouse has now populated this column and data has essentially gone where we need it. So you can see here that there are tons and tons of use cases. So as always, we would love to hear from you on what you would do with this type of data and what kinds of use cases you would imagine. And in addition to Pipedrive, we also support a number of different connections like Salesforce, Marketo, Intercom, Zendesk, to name just a few. So we would love to hear from you. Thanks for listening, guys.